Hello there everybody, hopefully you can hear me and so on. I am wearing a Northern Soul t-shirt, but I'm not talking about that today. I'm talking about some other form of music, which is something that I like, another thing that is dear to my heart, and that is country music. Now, basically I've been reading, although some of these things were actually written last year or whatever, but I have been reading them anyway, and it's been about the resurgence of country music in the UK. Now, I might have talked before about country music on here, and I might have already mentioned some of these things, but it's a bit misleading sometimes when I hear or see things that have been interpreted, like when artists come on to Loose Women, or they come on to This Morning, or whatever program it might well be. Or basically, in other terms, there are interviews with the leading people in country music who say that country music has got a resurgence in the UK. Now, what it is I'm not saying it's never been out of fashion, but it's more likely that over the years it's got more of a resurgence. And that's basically due to the fact that basically more people are starting to enjoy country music than ever before, and artists are starting to feel the reaps and the rewards that they come over here basically to do a tour that might be 3 or 4 dates, or basically they do an odd gig, like we have a big festival country to country, and they might do that. But what really gets me and strikes me about this is that there is never anybody who questions them about the fact that some of the country singers and artists that come over here, and particularly with the music that gets released over here, it's not the country versions. Now, not all of them, but some of the singles that are released and they get played on the radio are not necessarily country versions. It's very much a sad fact. You'll get, say, an example that in the past we've had people like Shania Twain, we've had Taylor Swift, and other people, Leanne Womack did it, and other people have done it basically. Lone Star, another one. And what they do, they're in America, they're in Nashville, they've recorded, say, a new album, they've got some great singles off it. Amazed by Lone Star's one of them, or whether it's or that don't impress me much by Shania Twain, or whether it's Love Story by Taylor Swift, and they're great songs, but when they get released in the UK, they have to be re-recorded. They're almost like saying, we don't want the country music version to be played, we want the pop version to be played. If there is a music video, VH1 or whatever video channel will show it, radio stations will play it, but they'll likely play the pop version. And then people buy these records, and people will go to these gigs, and they'll say, it's almost like a resurgence, because they say, oh, country music is getting big and they reap the rewards. Because before, some country singers would have been reluctant. They say, oh, we don't really want to break out of our own territory. They know they're selling records in America, they know they're having hit records in America, they know they're doing tours in America and they're selling billions of tickets and things like that, and feeling like, if I go to England or Europe, particularly, is it going to be visible for us? Are we going to have, like, in other terms, is it right for us to go over there, Will our records sell? Will the tours sell out? Gigs sell out? And they will. But it's a bit sad sometimes when you look at it like that and go, yeah, they'll sell out, but there's only one problem. They're not always getting the real deal if some of the songs are not the country versions. Because, and they never talk about that, and I often think, shouldn't that be something I would love to know? I would love to be able to sit here and interview some of these people in there and say, this is a question I want to ask. When you come to England or wherever, why don't you release the album as it should be released in, say, America? Why do you not do that? Why do you feel the need to release it differently in the UK? Because you're fobbing all the real country fans off who live here and want to actually get country albums as they should be. Because when we want to get them, we have to pay more. I'm not saying we have to, because if you look hard enough, you'll find them cheap on Amazon. But even if you couldn't, you will still have to pay more. And that's what can be the worst thing, because you can look at it and say, well, you can go to HMV or whatever place it is and say, well, it's going to cost you £10 to get this album. And they'll say, £10 of your money spent on a great country album, but only to find that 3 or 4 of the singles that are actually on there are actually re-recorded as pop. The rest might be country field, but some of them are not. And if you wanted the country version, the proper country album as it was intended, you have to buy an import, and you go to someone like Amazon or wherever you would go to, and they'll say it's going to cost you something like £14. And then there's like, then they'll be charging you in say, and then they'll say something like it's like £3 postage because you've got to ship it from America. So before you know it, you're paying something like £17 to get like one country album, and it's expensive, really, ripping us fans off who generally like country music. But it's got a resurgence, and I just thought I would talk about that, and I just wondered what other people think about it and all this and that, about how you perceive it, and obviously getting a bit more information about it, and should it not be misleading and that, because like I said, radio stations will play these country songs, but if they're not actually proper country versions, then do you know what I mean? It's a bit out of it. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now, so bye for now.